Konbanwa, yokoso, yokoso, yokoso. Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week again. It's 10 p.m. UK time. It's time for another Stadia Monday night chat, ladies and gentlemen, with me, your host, Clive Illenden, in what is episode number 80. Yes, number 80. I hope you've had a good gaming week and have been enjoying the multitude of games available on Stadia and the ones that landed last week and this week, etc. More on that, of course, later. Always, as ever, a big shout out to all of those in the front queue, those running to the mosh pit that is the front row of the audience. Let's say hello to those early birds in the chat. Remember, don't be shy. Introduce yourselves. Let me know what games you've been playing and all of that. Right. First and foremost, of course, let's get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yes, yes, yes. Remember, hit those likes, as I like it. YouTube likes it. And it helps people like you find content like this. And if you are new here, big love. Big love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell so you know when I go live with content like this. Formalities done. Thank you. Right. Let's say hello to the chat, see who is in there already. And front of the queue, of course, it's Victor. Hello, Victor. How are you? Proto, lovely to see you. You made me... double check my script last week. No, I just missed it. So it may appear I'm late to the party on it. It's just that it didn't make the news in time for me last week. But you did have me worried there. I had to check my script from last week. Anyway, Mastar, hello. How are you? Lovely to see you, sir. Jerome. I have a bit of man flu. You probably might be able to hear it in the voice. So bear with me for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Jerome, been playing FIFA 22. Ditto, sir. Ditto. Randy B. Sednar, the wonderful cloud gaming dad. Hello, how are you? Hands in the air like you just don't care, man. Cloudbusters. Yeah, Clive, I got the jive. I've gone live. That's it. Absolutely. Jamie Lee. Lovely to see you. Collins Dynasty. She's changing the name to Dictionary and then it'd be Collins Dictionary. Anyway. Whatever. Windstar. Kenry V. Not Henry V. Kenry V, yeah. Lovely to see all of you guys in the chat. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Games I've been playing. A lot of FIFA 22. Mostly squads with my son. My son is absolutely loving it. I've mentioned this a couple of times in the last few weeks. For someone who never really touched Stadia at all, because he's quite happy PC gaming, playing on his Xbox with his mates, he's really big into FIFA now. So I constantly hear that kind of, those notes when Stadia sort of starts up, ding, ding, whatever, behind me when I'm working away, and he's playing FIFA. He's loving it. And in fact, he asked me to grind out squads for him while he was away. So, yeah. So he can open all those player packs and stuff. It's such a great looking game on Stadia, FIFA 22. It plays so well. It's such a good, fun game. You can just drop in, drop out. Love it. Love it. I have also, of course, been playing Far Cry 6. Why wouldn't I? And I've been really enjoying it. I mean, it looks great. Who knew? Huh, fancy that. Fancy that. And it plays great. But more on that later, ladies and gentlemen. More on that later. I must admit, I saw Jack the Slip tweet out either today or yesterday that, his sort of backlog of games. It is crazy. I've never played so many games on a console before. I tend to sort of stick with one game a lot previously, but there's just so many games. I mean, there are pro games I've never touched because, you know, I want to, and I would have if, you know, they came out a year ago when my library wasn't so big, but it's just so big now. You know, and so many big games I want to get into. It's half the Assassin's Creed games I've even started. You know, Valhalla with its update and everything. I haven't even started. Looking forward to that. Control, I'm desperate to play, but it just oh, damn you, Stadia and your game releases. Anyway, shall we jump into the? You know, we forget. We just we focus so much on what's coming rather than what's arrived already, and it's like a traffic jam, you know, and you're the one thinking, oh, the road looking pretty clear. It's pretty empty. Not many cars ahead. Oh, this road's not very busy. And then you look round and you see that you're the one causing the traffic jam. There's 1,000 cars behind you. It's a bit like games. It's 200 bloody games behind you. Anyway, Mr. Bayram, how are you, sir? Cyborg, Ray, lovely to see you, sir. Streamlabs now doing chat highlight. What? What's this, sir? What? Is it making it's going to make me redundant? My chat redundant? I'll check that out. Good shout out there, Cloud Gaming Dad. Oh, I didn't realize that. Anyway, let's jump into the news of the week, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, let's do it. You know the form. What am I doing there? Right. Community blog dropped on a Wednesday. Ooh. Wednesday rather than a Tuesday with its norm. I've got to put feature packed blog. Wasn't that featured actually in retrospect, but the big thing, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the massive thing, Far Cry 6 arrived, and I'll go into that a bit more. Let me know in the chat whether you've played Far Cry 6, started playing it on Stadia, any of that, what do you think of it, all of those things. Spoiler alert, I quite like it, you know. And I had only just played Far Cry 5, so, you know, there you go. Still waiting on my email about my Premier Edition that I got for spending, in my case, £49, 59 US dollars. I haven't played with Stream Connect, of course. Nobody talked about that before it was released, did they? Really, eh? So, unique feature to Stadia, Stream Connect. Let me know if you've played Stream Connect or played Far Cry 6 in multiplayer with Stream Connect. And then, of course, there was a bit of a stealth drop. We know we've got this whole load of back catalogue Ubisoft games coming over the next couple of months. We've talked about it over the next couple of months. And one such game was Assassin's Creed Rogue. As Shay, you'll experience the slow transformation from assassin to assassin hunter. Follow your own creed and set off an extraordinary journey through New York City, the wild river valley, and far away to the icy cold waters of the North Atlantic in pursuit of your ultimate goal. Revenge of the Assassins for Good. $30 or free. Really getting value out of that Ubisoft Plus subscription. I mean, the Far Cry 6 Ultimate Edition is value in itself. Is my voice going to hold up? I think I have to avoid a rant today. I don't know if my voice will hold up. Damn virus, colds. Anyway, and of course, the Falconeer Warrior Edition, ladies and gentlemen, Warrior Edition landed as well. Again, that's looking a beautiful looking game. And I did see a tweet, ladies and gentlemen, from the, let's jump ahead here slightly, from the developer, which is one guy, remember, one single guy, here, asking people to send out their photo modes shots, of which people have been doing. I mean, look at that. Who sent that one in? Ninja Guy X sent that one in. Beautiful, beautiful. What was this one here? RJ. Yeah, top looking game. Haven't played it yet, but you know, from what I've seen, looks a top looking game. Really good. Let me know in there. Anyway, that was from Wired Productions. Again, it's just one guy. Falconeer Sword onto Stadia last week, of course. Let's go back to that. In addition, the Bounties of Blackwood unlock Deadlands DLC and more rewards for free. So Elder Scrolls Online Bounties of Blackwood, an event from September the 30th to October the 12th. There's a few Halloween event DLCs coming up. We'll touch on those. And a 20th anniversary of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon franchise. Free gift content. So make sure you check the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon sort of add-ons. There's free gift content in there. Claim it from October the 5th to October 11th. Get Ghost Recon Breakpoint Deep State add-on content and Ghost Recon Wildlands full Ultimate Pack for free. So if you haven't done that already and you're interested, get yourself to the store, claim it for free, ladies and gentlemen. Claim it for free. So all good stuff. Right. Far Cry 6. Let's talk about Far Cry 6, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Far Cry 6. Well, it's an open world game, right? So it's about looking around, exploring, admiring the scenery and the beauty, etc., right? So this is an open world game with lots of traveling and sightseeing. So, you know, I can see, given that option, artistically, they opted to offer 4K at 30 frames per second. Okay, I get that. They sort of, you know, wanted to show it off and went for the 4K, 30 frames per second. Yeah, 4K. A lot of people weren't really mentioning that when the sort of specs, the so-called specs came out. All the wailing and gnashing of teeth. Oh, it's only 30 frames per second. It's unplayable. 30 frames per second, unplayable, blah, blah, blah. The game looks amazing in 4K HDR. Quick shill, the old LG C1 that I keep banging on about. Why not? Because my games look amazing on it, right? My games play amazing on my Chromecast with Google TV, right? I don't have an issue with that. I know some people are having some issues. We'll say a few people, right? I think it's probably your internet, mate. I don't have a problem. Games run smoothly. They look amazing on the 4K HDR LG. I think they do a bit of AI upscaling on it and stuff like that. I don't know. Just looks amazing. That's next gen quality for you there. Super smooth as well for a 30 frames per second game. Super smooth. Do I wish there was a 60 frames per second option? Yeah, of course I do, you know. But was all the bedwetting when it was found out it'd be locked at 30 frames per second justified? Was that justified? Not really. Yeah. In the end, who knew? Some games work fine in 30 frames per second and some don't work as well. But in this case, 4K, smooth gameplay, chef's kiss. It's fine, yeah? I think a few people were quick to judge before they'd even seen it. You know, they just read 30 frames per second. Right? Nobody mentioned, well, obviously they probably more than likely mean that they've made that artistic choice, 4K at 30 frames per second. And that's the choice they made because they were confident that it looks smooth enough at 30 frames per second. So a lot of people just jumped at the focus on that 30 frames per second and ignored the 4K stuff, 4K. In fact, I don't think it was even quoted in that original interview with the developer when they mentioned 30 frames per second. They just said, oh, 30 frames per second. They didn't mention the 4K bit. 4K makes a massive difference. I do wish the FOV, you know, or the sort of the wider, your field of vision was slightly wider on it personally. And of course, you know, it would be better, like any game would be better, 4K 60 frames per second. Of course it would. It would be better as 4K 120 frames per second. Yeah. But it's another amazing looking game on Stadia. And hopefully they do bring a toggle out because, you know, not everyone has a 4K screen. So give them the choice. 1080p, 60 frames per second. Yes, why not? Of course. But let's not just dismiss the fact that it looks an amazing game. It looks absolutely great. So there you go. Overall, what do I think of the game? Well, it's a Far Cry game. Yeah, so more of the same. But I guess that's the point, isn't it? Yeah. You know what you're getting. That's the nature of games. When you get sequels, you go, well, that was fun. I want more of that, but a little bit different, you know. And the fact that I think, you know, it's easy to you know, if you played Far Cry 5 recently, it really is like just, you know, slightly enhanced graphics and all that kind of stuff, but effectively the same thing. But they've added some really nice touches. You know, I'm not complaining that it's the same thing because, as I say, that's what you're buying. It's a Far Cry game. You know, radically, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as it were. But there's some nice touches. I love the fact that you know the crocodile character. It's just a really cool thing, quite funny. The chorizo little dog thing as well. He's all cute. Yeah, spoiler alert, he's not that cute. In all the little social media, they were before the game launched, they were posting little pictures, little chorizo with his little wheels for legs and stuff. Oh, cute. Not sure he's all that cute when you find out what he eats. But yeah, a lot of fun. You know, sure, doing the same things you sort of did in Far Cry 5. You're rescuing people, you're doing stuff, but hey, it looks great. You get loads of cool weapons. I love the, you know, the firework weapon thing, rocket launcher that comes out of the back and all that kind of stuff. Really handy to get yourself out of sticky situations. So yeah, absolutely loving it. It's great. It looks absolutely great. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know in the chat what you know what you think. Really, you know, are you playing it? I just want to see some. Far Cry seems like the best 4K 30 on Stadia. It's barely noticed 30. I've been testing 1080p 60 on GFN. Still prefer Stadia. Yeah, I think, you know. Look, of course, you know, no one's denying. You know. You know, if you've got a 3080 RTX 3080 and you can, you know, put all your settings up, why wouldn't you play it in a kind of best possible way? But it, you know, considering you're playing it on effectively a free console, and or you would have got the you know, for a lot of people you get the console free, or if you subscribe to Ubisoft, it's costing you what, $12.99. If you subscribe for 1 month just to try it out for a month for free, 4K, it's pretty good, really. Let's put things in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I know, you know, some people, and I get the 30 frames per second nausea thing. I think sometimes if I sit too close to the screen on some games, I get that. But I always got that. I think, you know, when I think back now, when people mention feeling a bit nauseous on when they play 30 frames per second, and I was a bit like OTT last week, going, make me sick. I get it. Sometimes I've felt nauseous playing a game, you know, but I felt nauseous playing a game at 30 frames per second on the Xbox when all you could ever play was 30 frames per second. If I sit too close to the screen, you know, I'll just have a little step back a bit. But no such problems with Far Cry 6. Looking sweet, looking good, cool. Looks fabulous. I've not played it on any other platform. I don't need to play it on any other platform. So I have Stadia. So there's not really point in me comparing it. You know, I'm not one of these people who have every console at hand and try it on every single thing. If, you know, people who do that, that's fine. You know, it's good to have choices. I just like the ease of which I can play console, you know, Stadia, a console-like experience on Stadia. So I just play on Stadia. So as long as it works and it looks good and it plays well, that's all that matters, because that is the totality of my experience. Yeah. And I'm having a great experience. So there we go. Now, we mentioned Ghost Recon anniversary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, talking Ghost Recon, ladies and gentlemen, talking Ghost Recon. Hello, massive free battle royale coming to Stadia. Yes, please. Yes, please. So this was announced last week. Loads of you know about it, obviously, already. This massive battle royale coming to Stadia. 100 players. Going for that real Call of Duty vibe there. Ghost Recon Frontline. They've been working on, this is Ubisoft Bucharest, I'll come to it later about them. They've been working on this for 3 years. And you get to play as various contractors, each with different classes. So you get like defenders, a scout stroke sort of recon sniper, and you get more classes that open up over time. So a bit like Apex Legends, you know, which I'm a massive fan. I wish Apex Legends, you know, would come to Stadia. But hey, as a Battle Royale fan, not a very good Battle Royale player, but as a Battle Royale fan, this looks amazeballs. It's got that Call of Duty meets Apex Legends, playing a squad of 3. That's just one mode. It's called, the main mode is called Expedition Mode. And you play as a squad of 3 and you search for intel on a massive map. It's a 100-player map. And once you have that intel, you then can call for an extraction. This is sort of the twist bit that sort of separates it from other games. Oh, quick, can I? Yeah. You can't see there, but of course, very satisfying. You can see the Stadia logo at the bottom there. This is all we want, yeah. There's something very nice when a big game is announced and Stadia's on the logos and all of that. Everything is right with the world and there's peace and it's calm, lovely jubbly, super duper. Anyway, so the point is you go around this big map, you can interrogate people, you find intel, then you call for an extraction, a big, you know, helicopter thing comes and gets you. But the thing is, have I just hit that? Yeah. The thing is, everyone can see your extraction point and they may try and steal that extraction point. So I guess this is how you get that ever decreasing combat zone effect in a battle royale game. So it sounds quite interesting, quite fun, but there's more, as I say, but there's more. According to the developers, Ubisoft Bucharest, there are more casual modes as well. So it's just not just the sort of expedition mode, which is the key mode they expect everyone to play. There are more casual modes to drop in and play, test things out. And apparently they're developing a number of different modes. So there may be single PvP types and stuff like that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the point is, it's another battle royale, right? It's fully multi-platform. It's cross-play. It's free. It's coming to Stadia day and date. I mean, like, what more can you ask for? It is everything a lot of people expect. Yeah, when I want a battle royale. There's not enough battle royales on Stadia. Tick. You know, we need a Call of Duty Battlefield type thing. Yeah, tick. But we got to have cross-play with it. Tick. Yeah, there's not enough free-to-play games on Stadia. Tick. I mean, where's the logo? Tick. It's great. What's not to like? Yeah. I don't know if you Ghost Recon fans are kind of, you know, gnashing teeth and wailing. I don't care. I just want a battle royale that's, you know, plays and feels like a Ghost Recon game. You know, first person. That's the choice they made rather than third person, to give it that kind of Call of Duty vibe. Great. Knock yourself out. Loving it, loving it. Closed PC beta starts testing on the 14th of October in Europe. Not on Stadia. What? Oh, no, that's it. No beta testing on Stadia. Right. Whatevs. Anyway, so they'll be testing that out. No sign of when it's going to potentially be released, but very exciting. As I said, it has a Call of Duty feel to it, with elements of Apex Legends, in the fact that you can choose your classes and more classes will open up, more characters will open up over time. There's a few interesting game mechanics with the kind of idea of that intel collection and interrogation. There we go. Let me know what you think, though, in the chat. But I'm super, super excited about it, if I'm brutally honest. I think it's going to be great. And, of course, you know, let's not forget Division 2 spin-off Heartlands, which we think is a PvP game, could be a Battle Royale game. I was looking into, just before I went live, I suddenly had the brainwave. Why don't I look into what Ubisoft Bucharest have done? Do you like the recent Assassin's Creeds? Yeah, they did a lot of work on that. Do you like Immortals Phoenix on Stadia? They did a lot of work on that. And of course, they've done a lot of work on the Ghost Recon titles as well. So it bodes well. We know that PvP games, you know, despite all the myths and misinformation that was around Stadia, we know that PvP, cross-player PvP games on Stadia work really well. Hello, Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, from Ubisoft. Hello, Division 2, you know, from Ubisoft. So, Mike Rolf as well, Extraction, which seems more of a team combat game to me. But definitely, yeah. So, nice variety to the library coming up, personally. It's good to have a Battle Royale in there. But I'm super excited about it. So, there we go. You know, I think this is massive. I think it is massive because it ticks all those boxes that people, you know, have expectation-wise. Nothing wrong in that. You know, we need free-to-play games. Yep. Like I said, all of these things must be cross-player, multi-platform. Yep. And we know, well, I have a lot of faith it will look and play amazing on Stadia. Why do I have that faith? Well, look at Division 2. Look at, you know, Ghost Recon games on Stadia. All of these things. Look at Immortals Phoenix. The gameplay was worked on by Bucharest team and all that kind of stuff. So they know what they're doing, this team. So I think it should be super good. Have I said enough about it? I mean, I just think it's awesome. I'm so excited about it. I apologize if I'm just a bit enthusiastic about it, but you know, when something good comes to Stadia, I don't know, the hype doesn't seem, it doesn't match when something doesn't quite fit, you know, the noise. People just instantly take it for granted. This could be very significant for Stadia. Just like Rainbow Six Siege, you know, we had a lot of PC players, allegedly, I don't have to say allegedly, anecdotally, in the Reddit and stuff like that, the Monits, a lot of PC players, you know, said, oh, I'm jumping onto Stadia for Rainbow Six Siege because there's so many, you know, cheaters in Rainbow Six Siege on PC. Could we get that effect on something like Ghost Recon Frontline once the cheats come in, you know, people wanting to play competitively on Stadia because you can't cheat, really. Anyway, there we go. In other little brief news, Orcs Must Die DLC Who wants a pizza? Oh, that's making me hungry, that. Orcs Must Die. New PLC coming. PLC? God. The drugs don't work. They're making me forget things. So, yeah, new DLC coming to Orcs Must Die now. So that's good. I might go back to the game, you know. A lot of DLC coming out. Like I said, and some of it's Halloween themed and stuff like that. So that's understandable. So there we are. There's the logo. Oh. Went back there. My drink's in the way. Bloody drink's in the way. Oh, for God's sake. I'm determined to catch the thing. I'm trying to do too many things. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, missed it. Anyway, there we go. Logo. You saw it there. Just, you know. Anyway, so Cold as Ice, November the 11th, DLC, Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege. What am I saying? Orcs Must Die, DLC. The reason I said Rainbow Six Siege is because, ladies and gentlemen, they've got some DLC coming. So, this reminds me very much like when Overwatch used to have their Halloween-themed sort of season here. So, basically, Rainbow Six Siege Doctor's Curse event for Halloween running October the 12th. Running October the 12th to November the 2nd. Yes, that's from tomorrow, people. So this is live tomorrow. A bit like the Western theme bit that they had in Rainbow Six Siege a couple of weeks ago, by the looks of things. And then they had the one where with the aliens, and you sometimes played as the aliens who could just sort of slash you instantly with a quick of their claw. But yeah, Doctor's Curse, Rainbow Six Siege, is coming out October the 12th. October the 12th to November the 2nd. So there we are. More reason to play the wonderful Rainbow Six Siege on Stadia, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That looks really cool. Yeah, Halloween event for Rainbow Six. Exactly, Nimbus. I quite like that Siege stuff. I mean, Rainbow Six Siege is such a fun game to play. Again, you can sort of drop in and drop out, and it's good to get a bit of variety. And so we've had the ones with the sort of alien horde. We've had the sort of Western set one, you know, cowboy one. And now we've got a Halloween themed one as well. So there we go. Yeah. Right. Who likes hunting? So recently rated for Stadia on ESRB. So, you know, that basically means it's coming. Hunting Simulator 2 is coming. Not necessarily my cup of tea. But anyway, so it's been rated. This is footage from the trailer for the PlayStation version. Presumably go around hunting for my American Midwest friends who like to sort of hunt. There we go. Hunt the bear, hunting the wildebeest, hunting the geese, shooting the ducks. What? And all of that by looks things. Anyway, so that was recently rated. So this wasn't on anybody's radar as a game coming to Stadia. It is now. As I said, recently rated on ESRB. I don't believe you, Clive. I don't believe you. You don't believe me? No, I don't believe you. Let's have a look then. Don't believe you. Right, well, you know, you can say that. Here we go. So this is coming out on all platforms by the looks of things. Rainbow. God, what has gone wrong with my brain today? Tell them I'm ill. My brain's not functioning properly. Windows PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Stadia, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series. What a tart of a game. It's on everything, ladies and gentlemen. It's on everything. Anyway, so that was Hunting Simulator 2, rated on the ESRB board, which means it's another game coming to Stadia, ladies and gentlemen. Another game coming to Stadia. Told you the next few months, busy. Talking of ratings, are there signs, shout out to Original Penguin here, are there signs that Stadia is going to be launched in Brazil? Well, we've seen this before, and it does seem a bit strange to me, talking of ratings, but there's some more spotted in the wild. This is on the Brazilian certification site. I'm not going to do my Portuguese Brazilian accent. Dados Principe. So onto the end, Stadia game. We know that. Recently rated here, Google Stadia. And it's not, we've seen a number. There's been, what, at least 4 or 5, if not more, games rated on the Brazilian ratings board. The MJCI. Is that right? And we are due another expansion to another country. But I have a theory about it. Why it might be that we keep seeing, you know, that might not mean necessarily that it's rolling out. It may make sense that they might just have Stadia as an option on the when you fill out the form. So you tick everything. So it just could be that. It could be Stadia as an option for some reason on the default form. And so if your game's on it, you tick it. Why not? You never know. Or there could genuinely be, it could be in anticipation of a Brazilian launch. But I don't think in itself, these various ratings that we've seen for Brazil in of itself is indication that there is a imminent launch of Google Stadia in Brazil, personally. You know, I just want to dampen expectations. I think it just may be a form thing. I mean, that may be a reason. I'd like to see more evidence of movement somewhere before I kind of confidently felt an imminent release in Brazil of Google Stadia was on the cards. But it's just interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting to see that happening. And I was thinking today, you know, if you're going to do a review of, I've mentioned it before on this show, you know, we can talk much about, you know, those of us that, you know, were there at the beginning. I remember there at the beginning of Stadia, way back, November the 19th, 2019, and before there, all the announcements and stuff. A lot of that is irrelevant when Stadia launches. All the history, oh, it didn't come with that. Oh, we couldn't stream direct to YouTube when it launched. Oh, there wasn't a party chat. Oh, it wasn't a search thing. Oh, there's only 23, 24 games. Oh, you know, all of that, irrelevant when Google Stadia launches in another territory. Think about what you're going to get. No. Stop it. Think about what you're going to get if you are brand new to Stadia. Well, even right now in where Stadia is available, in those territories where Stadia is available, think about what you're going to get. You get what, 36 games of Pro, and we have a feeling, a sense, I've seen a trend, I've shown it before in this show, a hint of a trend that the number of titles on Pro is steadily increasing. Instantly get 30 right now, say it opened in Brazil, rolled out into Brazil next week. Instantly get 36 games for Pro, over 200 games, including some of the biggest franchises out there. Your FIFA, massive in Brazil, Madden 22, I don't know how big that is, Brazil. Loads of the Ubisoft titles, of course, the Cyberpunks, the Doom Eternal. Like, you get a pretty big library. So as I've said it before on this show, when Stadia does launch in other territories, it's launching with plus all the features the Stadia has, the party chat on phone, the streaming direct to YouTube, all of that kind of stuff. It's a massive feature set. It's a massive library. It's a pretty good Pro deal from the get-go. So forget about all the history and all the trials and tribulations and the ups and downs on this slow trickle journey to where we are now. All of that is irrelevant when it starts rolling out in other countries, because all those other countries will see is what is there right now. And I guess that's the point. A lot of the time we're so focused on the history, and people get so obsessed about the history and trying to predict the future, when just look at what you've got now. If you didn't know anything before and you just looked at what you had now, Stadia is a pretty compelling package. End of. Right. You can say, oh yeah, but they did this back then and that was a bit slow, or it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Just enjoy what you have now, and as and when things come, and stop obsessing about the past. Doesn't really help anything, and it's irrelevant when if you launch in Brazil or India or wherever it is. They're not going to go, now before we launch, we just want to tell you the sort of the ups and downs and trials and tribulations of our history, so you're up to speed with things and you can have the same moans and whines as everybody else in the territories where it's launched. They don't do that, do they? They're going to go, wow, join Stadia now with over 200 games, instantly play 36 games just for your Pro, for a free trial, for free basically, for a month if you sub and get a free trial, or whatever they'll do. I wasn't going to have a rant today, but anyway, it's a good offer. Yeah, it's a good, compelling offer, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. And with the games like FIFA and whatnot like that, yeah. And one of the biggest Battle Royale, is it a Battle Royale? I'm not sure. I think it's called Free Fire. It's one of the most popular games I've seen play on Twitch. It's always sort of in the most watched games. I think it's a mobile phone game anyway. But there are territories out there, because it's massive in South America and things like that. There are games out there's a massive demand for games like, well, a battle royale like this, AAA games that people want to play and stuff like that in these territories. So there you go. Talking of games as well, let's just remind ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, what we have coming over the next few weeks. So we've got Blaze and the Monster Machines from our friends at Outcast Games. Is it Outcast Games? So Blaze and the Monster Machines. Some more kiddie games there. October the 16th. So that's the end of this week. Yeah, that's Friday, isn't it? Then you've got my friend Peppa Pig, massively popular IP, coming out next week on October the 22nd. And then, ladies and gentlemen, presumably a week on Friday. Anyway, October the 28th. October the 28th, just in time for my birthday weekend. October the 28th. Riders Republic, ladies and gentlemen, is due out, I believe. Riders Republic. Massive, fun-looking game. Cross-player, multiplayer, blah-de-blah-de-blah. All of that is coming out. So we've got a lot of, we've got a nice little trickle of games that we definitely know are coming out over the next few weeks, culminating in Riders Republic at the end of the month, which is massive. Well, not just that. We've got PJ Masks' Hero of the Night. More from our outright games there. Not Outcast games, it's outright games. So that's what we've got coming over the next few weeks. Blazing the Monster Machines, My Friend Peppa Pig, Riders Republic, PJ Masks' Heroes of the Night. Plus whatever else, stealth drops, what other Ubisoft back catalogue games are going to be dropped, like Assassin's Creed Rouge and all of that, just over the next few weeks. So there we go. What can I say? That's it. That's it, really. So I'm going to pop to chat. Yeah. Because the old voice, I'm not sure it's going to hold out, I'm not sure it's going to hold out. Right, let's have a look, see what you guys have been saying in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ray is loving the fact. Oh, Ruben. Oh, I'm not going to say your name, Ruben. I'll muller it. Alacasson. I've killed it, haven't I? Apologise. Thank you very much for the sub. Really appreciate it, sir. Yeah, the Siege stuff does look awesome. Absence of lag on Rainbow Six Siege. I'm crap. Same here, but it just looks, good. This is the thing that people didn't realize, I think, is the way that, and I've talked about it on this show before, the way multiplayer games work. Is very dependent on where the instances of the machines are of each individual player. If you're playing on Stadia, all our machines are effectively next to each other. Yeah, so we're not the one with the lowest ping in more than likely in that setup. So that's why I think they play so well. Rainbow Six Siege, what? Yeah, Halloween event, looking good. I am. It's not really gone up. Cult of Stadia, my Twitter thing. So if you're not on my Twitter, most of you must be. That's why you're here, probably. Yeah, it's frustratingly stuck at 978. If it moved as quick as my subs, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Tomb Raider. I love the Tomb Raider games on Stadia. They look amazing. I see Judgment. That's the thing. I love Judgment, but it got overtaken by so many other games. That's what I'm talking about. The back catalogue, it's crazy. I need to sort of rationalize it in my mind that it's okay not to play certain games. I think if you're a Stadia founder or were there from the beginning, you almost felt, well, I can't talk for everybody, but I always felt like almost an obligation to sort of almost play every game. Definitely the pro games. But now there's so many pro games that I would have played, over 100 pro games. That's just not realistic. Yeah, 200 games in the library. It's just, so I sort of have to sort of resolve myself. I can't play them all, but it's good to have the choices and it's good to have something for everyone. Like all those outright games, those kiddie games. I'm not going to be playing Peppa Pig. Oh, yes, you will. No, I won't. But I know people will. And that's, that's a fun thing. So, that's the cool thing. Yeah, I know. I once got shot in Rainbow Six Siege. They came out. We were out in the road waiting to go. And unbeknownst to us, the defenders came out of the building and hid. And then you're waiting you're waiting to go. And as soon as I went, it was less than a minute, literally 5 seconds, got got sniped. The defenders came out the building and shot us before we could even move. It was crazy. But it's not, I get a few kills, and that's very satisfying when you do. So it's good to see you listening at work. Don't work too hard, Christopher. The treasure cave in, oh, spoiler alert, I'll have to check it out. Check it out. Yeah, we can still win games. I'm hunting, but I'm most of the time the prey in one way or another. Judgment is awesome. I need to finish it. Yeah, simulator. I mean, I like this. I like sort of sniper games, so stuff like that. I need my animals to look a bit aggressive. Yeah, like the dogs in Far Cry 6 when they attack you. I don't have any problem killing them. Yeah, but if it's just random animals, I'm a bit soft-hearted. But anyway. Yeah, I'm a vegan. Okay, I'm not a vegan, but yeah. A beautiful, majestic stack. I don't know. I had quite fun going hunting in Red Dead Redemption, to be honest. So maybe not. Yeah, no. It's not. It's a real niche thing. It's like those fishing games. Yeah, you get some fishing games, don't you? It's very niche. Yeah, I think. Well, I've always had a little bit of doubt about Threater and coming to Stadia. I know they put it on their thing, but I just think on their marketing early doors, I just think that they put everything on there. More wishful thinking. I want to see more evidence. I'm not totally convinced about it, even though there was a logo with it. I think it may have been the developer just sticking the logo on it, hoping as a marketing, as a sort of a pitch, as not a marketing pitch, as a sort of a business pitch to, But you never know. But I think more research. That's all I'm saying. I'll do some more research into it. Yeah, a PC building simulator. Well, you know me. If anybody's watched my video, my live PC specialist purchase, I'm more about pick the parts and get someone else to make it. Is there a game that will do that? Yeah, I don't. We're talking about Brazil here. Yeah, I think the rollout's not soon. Consignio says, I think we'll see more countries in December. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, Jem did a really good article, and it kind of, yeah, like I said, absolutely enjoy it is for what it is at the moment, not what it's been, not what you think it might be, but what it is at the moment. And I said, if you were brand new to it, if you were in Brazil and it rolled out in Brazil, I'm going to repeat myself. The offer of over 200 games. Say 1st of January it starts rolling out, right? Just hypothetically, purely hypothetically. I'm not saying it is. I'm not making predictions. Purely as a hypothetical. 1st of January, right, in which there'll be more than 200 games. Probably the Pro library, let's say, is 45 games, maybe somewhere between 40 and 50 games. Yeah, potentially. What you've got your Stadia app, your WebOS app on your LG TVs. All the I noticed the TCL TVs and Sony TVs that run Android TV. I think they're all being upgraded to Google TVs, right, around the world. So the app is available on all the TVs. It's on your phone and all of these things. It is an extremely compelling offer. People would argue that actually it's the offer, idealistically, that they could offer day one. Imagine day one if it had, hello, 200 games, and straight away play 50 in your, of course, that's unrealistic. It was never going to be like that. I know that's what people somehow expected, come out the door like that. Of course, it was never going to be like that. But if you're in a new country in which it rolls out, or you're a new customer, that's what it is like right now, right here. So Jem is absolutely amazing and 100% correct in his little piece on Reddit. I think some of the mistrust of Stadia comes because Stadia had a chance to change the toxic game out of modern marketing and being great, but they just fell behind the establishment. Yeah, I mean, I don't, the marketing, the brand, you can talk, could do better, as they say, at school, and their school report. Yeah, actually, talking of that, talking of YouTubers, so the head of YouTube Gaming tweeted out recently, let me just get it here. Very interesting stat about YouTube. Where is it? Bear with me. It's on my notes. It's on my notes. I'll keep notes throughout the week. This is how I do this show. I come across notes. Did I? Is it this one? Yes. This was from Ryan Wyatt here, head of gaming at YouTube. Okay. Interesting. The work here at YouTube Gaming continues. We understand the importance of the streaming community, and there's more work to do for our VOD, live, and shorts creators. The progress for live streaming is encouraging, and we've got a lot more to come. And then there's another little chart here. Look at this chart. Conventional wisdom about video game live streaming says that Twitch is the undisputed powerhouse in this space. But new polling from Civic Science suggests that YouTube Gaming has made serious headway. It surveyed thousands of Americans, so this is an American survey, in mid-September and showed that 36% of respondents aged 13 to 44 currently watch video game live streams on Twitch, while 22% watch them on YouTube or YouTube Gaming. Facebook Gaming took a distant third place with 7%. YouTube Gaming, so here's Twitch, which is the, we know and has been for years and years, but the growth of YouTube Gaming for live streaming, yeah, catch Lord Kensal, 9 p.m. UK time, streaming, Stadia, 22% is massive and growing. So YouTube Gaming and live streaming has made massive strides. So that's I think that's quite interesting. And the potential there for Stadia and the link up, as we've mentioned before, is it's just another feather in the cap, not feather in the cap, but just another link in the chain, as it were. The potential is massive. Right. Yeah, definitely they need to upgrade the store there and stuff. But maybe they're just happy to get people to use their phones. But I just think that's a bit of an awkward way. Yeah, well, Victor, you're catching something. I don't know whether it is, but you're catching something. You see what you want to see, Victor. That's the point. You need to. You just focus. We've talked about it before, Victor. You just focus on the negative and you ignore all the positive bits. I am aware of the negative, but I focus on the positive. I'm not here just to pick every tiny little thing, but I am here to shout from the rooftops all the stuff that's happening. That's the role of this show. I love playing Stadia. I love everything about, Stadia and stuff. Is it perfect? No. Are there faults? Yeah. I mention them when I see them and stuff like that. But generally, let's not forget. Let's not be obsessed by all the negativity when there's so much positivity. And I would argue the positivity or the positive things out there far outweigh the negative. But human nature being what it is, people tend to drift towards the negative. It's a natural psychological thing. So I try to buck that trend here. You know, it's not about ignoring the negative, but it's about giving the positive and the news and everything the focus that it's due, and that gets ignored far too often. Anyway, lecture over. Ubisoft Cloud beta ended, did it? Wow, interesting. Yeah, it will be just second nature. I've said it before. I've seen it. I've seen the light. I've seen the future. Literally in moments of the present, I've witnessed the future. You know, the ease with which you could just press an app on your TV and then play a AAA game, smooth, beautiful looking, just like that. In fact, my son, who is the next, the up and coming generation of gamers, he just wants to play FIFA 22. Does it look good? Play good. His mate came round and plays on PlayStation 4. And I said to him, and he played FIFA, and I said to his friend, looks good, doesn't it? And he was like, yeah, it looks amazing. I didn't say, oh, it's running off an Xbox, it's running off a PlayStation, it's running off my PC, it's running off. I just said, and my son was telling his mate all about Stadia. So it's like, my son is a convert, finally. But it came organically, naturally, because he got to play the games he wants to play, and they play really well. So he wasn't moaning. He's a fussy gamer, but he wasn't moaning. So there we go. Yeah, Jack Booster did get a replacement. It was mentioned at the time, Lord Vivek. So, and it's a restructure. Well, if you'd watched my show a few weeks ago, you would have seen the importance of Jack Booster's promotion it's a new position created specifically with more focus on gaming for Google Stadia Cloud. And if you watched it a few weeks ago, you'd have seen me break that down in great detail. But yes, Jack Booster does have a replacement. And it was mentioned at the time. So there we go. And we've seen loads of, I can't believe I keep going over all these things. Loads of job hires as well for similar roles. And product managers and stuff like that, as well as engineers and techs. So yeah, all good. I felt like I had to give the pro games a try. Overwhelming. There are so many. There are so many. 2 games I haven't claimed. No time for that. I claim all, exactly. I claim them all. Yeah. I tell you what I have done. I started playing Stadia Plus Enhanced. So Stadia on the Stadia Plus Enhancement app, which I've never played. I thought, what's the point? But actually, it's very good. I slept on that a bit, didn't I? The Stadia Plus app, Chrome app. Don't know why I didn't, jump on it much earlier. I love the fact that you can tweak a few things on it and stuff like that. So there we go. Yeah, the Cloudbusters, the Gems article is in Reddit. He just posted on Twitter a screenshot of the article on Reddit. Yeah, I was watching a video with, PewDiePie and Cinnamon Toast, because they do loads of videos together. And they were talking about how Twitch is sort of clunky now and the different things and how much they much prefer, streaming on YouTube and stuff. It's interesting. I'm not understanding YouTube gaming. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, YouTube gaming. I think it's just YouTube. All it is them collating gaming specific content. So when you select gaming, when you stream live and select gaming, and you can also choose the game in the drop down boxes when you stream live, I think it just collates all of that. But it can be confusing. The negative of silly podcasters thinking they work for Google. Yeah. Yeah, they announced that someone within the organization was stepping into that role at the time. So just a normal jig around when somebody leaves. But the bigger thing about that, Lord Vivek, was the fact that the new role that was specifically created, so it was a role that didn't exist in Google Cloud's business strategy, to focus on gaming across the board. So that is gaming development tools, not just for Stadia, but creating and selling, Google Cloud Enterprise to developers. But also you've got a man who absolutely lived and breathed Stadia, up on the top table in Google's, Alphabet Group's most important business strategy, which is cloud, with task with pushing gaming. And Stadia is the best advert for the power of Google Cloud. So anyway, he was still doing his job title as it was. I'm not sure what you mean there. But in the article, it said such and such will be taking over his responsibilities. I forget his name. I'll find it out for you. Jerome's getting out on the pitch tonight. Yeah. Yes, Victor, we've talked about this. I've talked about it at length. He went to Google Cloud and his role, and somebody stepped into his role in Stadia. He's gone to Google Cloud in a newly created role to focus on gaming across the whole Google piece and really exemplify gaming for Google in the cloud and what it means. And that will have a massive impact on Stadia because it now brings more attention within the Alphabet Group to Stadia. Anyway, you need to go back and watch the show. But I know, Victor, you have a habit of tuning out all the good stuff and just focusing on the slightest bits of negativity. Not healthy. Not healthy. That's all I'm saying. No new position at Stadia. I don't know what you're going on about, Victor. You're going to get banned again in a minute, Victor. You're going to have a timeout. You're going to go on the naughty step again. Anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that show. I apologize if the energy wasn't up there. Feeling a bit man flu-y and all of that. He's always trying to have a conversation, Scooter Armour. Don't worry about it. Victor, I like it. I'm right on this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show. Hopefully I'll be back fully fit and all of that. Next week, fully match fit, as it were. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful gaming week. Enjoy Far Cry 6 if you're playing Far Cry 6 and all of that. And I'll see you around, same time, same place, ladies and gentlemen, next week. Goodbye.